All right, so a few of you guys have said, "Oh, what's the point, man? Why do you go ass to grass? All you got to go is to a parallel depth and then go back up. All that extra depth is not counted for anything. You're just showing off, or there's no point trying to get to that depth." A few of you guys have kind of made comments along those lines, and I thought it's worth addressing. I've kind of tapped away at the phone a little bit trying to explain myself, but nothing is as clear as this format where I just kind of sit in front of the camera and give you my 2 cents on the thing. Like I've said to some of you guys, I'm not a powerlifter. I'm not an Olympic weightlifter. I'm not anything. I don't put myself in any camp. I want to squat. I want to bench press. I want to deadlift. I want to do push-ups, pull-ups. That's me. I've never gone to a competition, largely because I don't agree with a lot of powerlifting, to be honest with you. Number one, irritates the hell out of me the way people bench press with a really wide grip and they arch their chest up and touch and go. I thought this sport was supposed to be about strength. It's not supposed to be about using your contortion-like body to cheat your way through some of these rules that people make. That pisses me off because the strongest guy doesn't necessarily always win. Squatting, what pisses me off is the really, really super wide stance and people barely get to parallel and then bounce back up. Guys like that win over guys that go full depth. Deadlift. For the longest time, it pissed me off how people used to do sumo deadlifting. I've come around a little bit. I've warmed up to it. I think it engages a lot of different muscles. So I have respect for sumo deadlifts now, but for the longest part, I didn't. And so some of these reasons I didn't even think about going to powerlifting because I just felt like, what's the point, man? Like, it's not my ideal of what human movement should be like. But in the case of squatting, yeah, of course, you can go to a competition and squat the parallel and come away with a gold medal or a first place. For me, I don't make my goals according to some arbitrary rules that some people around a round table came up with. I think we should make the rule that, hip crease and knee is good squat depth. Ever since I've known for training, even when I was playing basketball, I'd see clips on the net of people squatting. I've always had respect for Olympic weightlifters, the way they squat all the way down. I've heard people say, but the only reason they squat to that depth is because they have to catch the clean and jerk. They have to catch it really, really low. And the snatch, they have to catch it really low, so they have to get as low as possible. That's cool. Once again, like, for me, that is appealing to me. When I see my son and my daughter squat, that's how they squat. They don't squat to parallel with vertical shins. They squat all the way down and they sit with comfort. To me, that's always been appealing. And so some of you guys have been saying to me, just put on a belt and go to parallel and you'll be squatting more. I've said this over and over again. I don't care what the bar weighs. It's about the form. It's about the motion. It's about the process. It's not just an absolute number. I feel guys like Dmitry Klokov, Jinjun Liu, I think I'm saying his name correctly, Clarence Kennedy, some of these names have popped into my head, and when I see those guys, Clarence Kennedy squats like 320, 330, like I think I've seen him around that figure. That's a beautiful thing, man. The guy goes all the way down to the ground, squats up. That's a beautiful thing. And some of you guys admire the way I squat, not because I'm super, super strong and because I'm moving world record numbers. It's nothing like that. It's because I'm exhibiting full range of motion, and that's appealing to the human eye. It's appealing. You know what I mean? Like, if I was to put on a suit, knee wraps, a belt, and some shoes, and just wrap myself up in supportive equipment and then squat to parallel, it's not as appealing because your brain, I know how your brain works, how my brain works. It's always wondering, how much can he actually do on his own? How much can he actually do if he went ass to grass? I know for me, I've always thought about that when I've seen some of the West Side barbell guys. Yeah, they're squatting 1,000 pounds, but I can see what they're doing. They're using leverage to their advantage. They're not going to a 90 degree knee bend because they know that that's the weakest mechanical, that's the weakest point of biomechanics. You don't want to go to extreme angles of a joint because they're going to collapse. And so what people do is they've shot the hips really wide and they make sure neither the hip or the knee goes into an extreme range of motion to maximize strength. And so that translates to a lot of weight on the bar, but aesthetically looking at that, it's not as appealing. So I hope that explains why I do what I do. I don't belong to any club. I just want to train in my garage and just get stronger. And I'm constantly monitoring how I'm feeling, the feedback that my body's providing. I don't push through because I haven't uploaded a 200 kilo rep for a while. I don't have those pressures. I'm completely removed from that ego. A lot of people are now watching me and they're going to know that I haven't improved. None of that worries me. My journey is my own. Your journey is your own. And when you close your eyes at the end of the night, you're just answering to yourself. And so what I encourage you guys is to kind of cut out the external noise and just do you, man. Just do you. It doesn't matter what the, Powerlifting Federation says about depth. It doesn't matter how you should bench. Bench how you want to bench. Do you know what I mean? Just bench how you want to bench. Squat how you want to squat. LeBron James didn't grow up and he didn't go, I'm 6'8". That means I can't pass the ball and I can't play make. No, he grew up and he had an ideal in his mind of what he wants to play like. And he just did it. Do you. Play the sport how you want to play the sport. Lift how you want to lift. And don't just be guided by the numbers on the bar. A lot of people have said to me that you shouldn't go into a career purely because of that career has more money or this career has more money. Do things that you want to do, man. Money will come. Bar weight will come. Stick with your ideology. Picture what you want to be like in 10 years' time and how you want to look like lifting, and just pursue that. Your opinion could be completely different to my opinion. Me, I look at Clarence Kennedy, I look at Lou, I look at Klokov, and I'm like, that is what I want to squat like. That is what's appealing to me. So I hear you guys. Of course, if I put a belt on and some shoes and wrap my knees up with 1,000 kilos of band tension, and of course, I can't even freaking walk with that much band tension. Of course, I'll be able to squat more. That's not appealing to me, man. If I put 250 on the bar right now, it's not going to make me feel any better because I know deep inside that this equipment is giving me this strength. It's not me. It's not all me. But when I completely go raw and I go ass to grass, I know that is 100% me, and it feels good. Simple as that. And so when it comes to progress, with some of these things, it's not as linear as it might seem. Some of you guys have questioned, how long are you going to stick with squat every day? You're not really progressing all that quickly. I know deep inside that I've actually made progress. The bar weight is pretty much the same now for quite some time, but my stability is better, my mobility is better, my hip is feeling a lot better now, and that's it. That's all I really care about. So I just think if you're listening to this, I just encourage you to kind of cut out the external pressures, and just stay true to yourself, man. Just if you want to squat like Clarence Kennedy, squat like Clarence Kennedy. You don't have to go to parallel. You go all the way out to grass. I'm pretty sure Clarence Kennedy could lift more weight as well if he went to parallel, but I haven't seen him go to parallel ever. I don't think. It's always out to grass. Anyway, I just thought I'd make this video to basically encourage some of you guys to stay with it, man. Simple as that. Just if you get excited about mobility like me, just do it, man. Just go after it. Don't worry about the bar. Don't worry about the weight. It might take you 6 months to 12 months to get the proper mobility, but don't just start squatting, parallel because you want to keep those numbers up. No, just picture yourself how you want to squat and just go after it. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one.